Hi, this is Mayor Wayne Smith, wanting to relate some issues that are involving Hurricane Sandy. Certainly, this has been one of the most devastating and stressful times for the entire township of Irvington. It's been extraordinarily the challenges we have. PSE&G, our utility provider, certainly could have done more and done better. We certainly agree to that. We'll have to deal with that post the crisis, but want to make sure that people stay in touch with them about any down wires by calling PSE&G 800-436-7734. There are a ton of utility workers out there in all the neighborhoods. Some of them are working with our shade tree organization to cut down trees and to get power restored. I know over the last couple of days, a number of our residents have gotten their power restored. Mayor Smith is not one of them, unfortunately, and there are a number of people in the South Ward and the East Ward and even in the North Ward and the West Ward in particular who still do not have power. About 13,000 customers are without power. So continue to call PSE&G so that we put enough pressure on them to try to respond in an aggressive fashion to deal with our dilemma. And they are updating you. Some of it is, I don't know how accurate they are, but we're getting dates that power may be restored on Monday, Tuesday, and the latest date that we've heard for everybody was November 9th. Let's pray that they are able to deliver on the promises they're making to us. In terms of relief directly for residents who may have had damages, if you have the capacity to go online with your powers down, that might be a challenge, but you may be able to get it at work. You certainly can come to our public library, which has a bank of computers for public use, and you go to www.disasterassistance.gov, and then there's a FEMA toll-free number at 800-621-FEMA. That's FEMA, 800-621-FEMA. We have a shelter set up at First Congregational Church for anybody who is too cold to stay in their home. They can actually stay overnight. And again, of course, I know it's double stressing with no heat and no lights. But First Congregational Church, thanks to Pastor Dolores Watson, who have been kind enough to open the doors of the church. They do have light. They do have power. So you can particularly stay there. I'm encouraging seniors, and I know many of you do not like to leave your homes, but for your own health benefit, take advantage of that facility. Some of you are on machines, respirators, children with asthma. We've had a couple of parents who have brought their children and their machines over there. I was just over there an hour or so ago looking at that operation. So let's take advantage of those things. They're not the most ideal set of circumstances, but in many cases, we're still in crisis mode. Some places we've been able to deliver direct food assistance to people. We're going to continue to do that. We're trying to negotiate with FEMA for additional resources in the community. A FEMA team with the state police was here to assess damages that have happened on some of our municipal properties and the cost of running this operation. So in terms of overtime costs for police, fire, and what you see as a massive debris and tree removal operation, our early preliminary estimates were about in the 800,000 category after sitting down with the police director and key personnel, the deputy fire chief, and even my own shade tree personnel. We're talking about at minimally 1.5 million, and at those costs of just running the government on a day-to-day basis in terms of overtime costs are going to escalate. And so FEMA was here to put money in the budget even prior to the election so we get that authorized to be spent. The cost of cleanup would be greater. We're trying to buy cranes to provide reliefs in some neighborhoods where we have big trees still there and trees on people's houses. But let me tell property owners this. You also have a private property obligation to go to your insurer and also to try to get some of these trees relieved in your own capacity if you can. In the interim, because it is blocking public passageway, we're going to try to intervene to be of assistance. So those are some of the stressing challenges we're dealing with. Now, we also have an impending northeaster coming. We don't know what the degree that will be, but we want to tell people now to ramp up on batteries. Those people who got their power restored, don't take it lightly that you could have some other outages. So get your food, get your water, get your batteries, get your flashlights. Be very careful with generators. We've had some, not in our particular town per se, but there have been fatalities as a result of improperly operated generators. As you've noticed, we have policed at a number of the hot spots where there were wires down. That is lessened in the neighborhood. But now, because of the scarcity of gasoline, we've had to provide some controls around a number of the gas stations. So I know that there'll be more gas stations throughout the region that are open. So that should spread some of the relief. A lot of people were coming into Irvington because we had power on our commercial corridors. So a lot of our eateries and other businesses got a little boom as a result of people having nowhere else to go. But some of that is being relieved, including our gas stations as you go into Union County and some of the surrounding towns as lights are beginning to come on throughout the region. If you need to call me directly, you can call me. My cell number is 973-219-5245. So if you need information and other things if you have emergency situations, so we can try to deal with it. Town Hall is open on Monday throughout the week from 9 to 4:30. People are encouraged if they need to power up cell phones and laptops, they're welcome to use your public building to do that. Now, there's still an election on Tuesday. So we're encouraging everybody to exercise their democratic, small d, right to vote. And we encourage you to go to your original poll site on Tuesday. And if for some reason there's no power or there's no voting machine there, you will be instructed where to go. You can vote before Tuesday at the county clerk's office. So on Monday from, I think it's 8:30 to 4:30, you can vote at the county clerk's office if you don't want to get out on Tuesday. But we're encouraging all residents to go to your normal polling site. There'll either be provisions for you to vote there or instructions on where you will be allowed to vote. There's a likely chance that we'll be using other town facilities like Town Hall as voting sites, but you'll be given instructions at your regular polling site. This has probably been one of the most stressful experiences for most of us. And I will tell you, I've lived through it with no power and no heat. And I will tell you this, it is certainly an inconvenience, but I thank God that my house is not underwater like our brothers and sisters in South Jersey and Atlantic City where they've had major fatalities. I'm thankful that those of you who have experienced trees on your house, you know what devastation that means for your household, your financial budget, but the tree escaped many of our homes. So though we are challenged and stressed, we still are extraordinarily blessed with some of the things that we do have left. So let's not be discouraged. We'll get through this crisis, and I look forward to working with all of you as your mayor. Thank you.